Celebrating up at the stream. All right. Looks good. I'm hoping. Yep. Okay. And everybody's got their sheets. Everybody's leveled up. I didn't look at all the automation for some of y'all, so don't.
Or I suppose we get a rest, huh? Dope.
You're going to get a rest. Yeah. The combat is over. Maybe. But you don't know where that rest is going to be.
Nope.
It's about to be right on the ground where I'm standing if we don't hurry somewhere.
You won't be standing for long.
You're fine. It's okay. It's a figment of your imagination, Quetz. You know, it's the inability to see in the darkness. It's your eyesight's playing tricks on you. That's what it's got to be.
No, but I definitely hit something that burned when I hit it with holy light, so I'm pretty sure there's something.
It was a squirrel. Scared you.
An unholy squirrel.
Holy squirrel.
For him, anything's unholy, and he can't fight it in the dark. So, all right, we are ready to play Waterdeep Dragon Heist Tuesday night D&D, and we are once again. Unfortunately, Candace still dealing with health issues, so Thunil is feeling the itch for another heavy hot date. But anyway, we will do introductions here as always and get the recap in from last week, 2 weeks. We did play last week, right? Yeah,
we did. Yes.
I can't, man. So been busy at work. I'm a little frazzled. But I got to at least read up on what's going on in the next chapter area here, so I have plenty to figure out for the group. But anyway, let's get started with player introductions and the recap and pick up where we left off. Folin, say hello to everybody, please.
Hello, everybody. Folin is the now 4th level Wood Elf Druid Circle.
Shadow.
I am Shadow, a Tabaxi scout, looking to get some healing.
Linder.
Greetings, everyone. I'm playing Linder Balstina, soon to be 4th level half-elf bard, looking to talk my way out of this one.
Quetzal.
I am Quetzal, the almost 4th level lizard folk paladin, whose brain is a little frazzled right now.
All right, so yes, the party last week decided that it bestowed upon themselves to stake out the villa, the Grelhund Villa, to determine what evil misdeeds were going on here. And after spending a day or two checking out the villa, they decided to go in finally at nighttime to use the cover of darkness, sneaky, and unbeknownst to them, there was already issues going on inside the villa, and they kind of stumbled in on an attack.
Unbeknownst to some of us.
Unbeknownst to some of y'all, yes. A attack was taking place, and what they were surmising, it looks like some Zentarum, actually, were in here trying to get through the remaining house guards to the nobles that live in this house, and made their way upstairs to take out a few more of the Zents. Their leader that they believe they were finally encountering was able to hop out of a second-story window using the cover of a couple of more henchmen that were across the street to pluck the individuals, the adventurers, as they made their way out the window trying to give him chase. And as he got across the street and behind them, he looks like he drank something and went poof before they could get any more information or try to get any information from him. Also, they kind of unbeknownstly, their own shadows, unfortunately, are scaring them and beating the snot out of them in the courtyard. But as the combat wound down, was actually as it was winding down with the second story, all the ruckus that was taking place and the stuff that spilled out in the street attracted the City Watch, and the City Watch then proceed to move in at a pretty good clip and cordoned off the intersections and are moved up closer to where the group was still fighting the Zents, and the last remaining one or two, I think they were there, that were providing cover for whoever was the leader, basically decided to die by fire because he was not going to surrender, and it was cut down. And that is basically finishing. I let him level up based on what was going to be happening next, and knowing stuff. So they were able to level, but we still got to get a rest in. But where they find themselves right now is Quetzal was getting the snot knocked out of him by some evil squirrels. He thinks that's going to be a story anyway. And the other group had come out the window and landed on the ground and are kind of being held there at the moment. Really not much else to do. They've got some of the dead Zentarm on the ground there, and the city guard has pretty much is pretty in mass here. A good 30 of them have got the compound somewhat surrounded and the adventurers surrounded. And that is where we pick up. So you have spear points, sword points. You are being told not to move. Hold still while their superiors are being called to the scene. And Quetzal, you, after getting popped there a few times, you feel kind of like the air was very cold around you constantly while this battle's going on, but it's you feel that the temperature has basically risen up some. That coldness has kind of left the area. Boom.
So are the guards surrounding us and
Yes.
ordering us to drop our weapons?
Yes, they're basically saying, nobody move till we discover what is happening here. If you know what's best, you will do as you're told. As the sergeant.
10 out of 10 will comply.
Absolutely. We have nothing to hide, and I will drop the weapon.
I will comply.
Okay, and Quetzal, you're kind of feeling your way around in the courtyard there, because you'll see a couple of them. You'll see a couple of guards looking through the gate. And they kind of push on it some and all that, and nothing. It won't budge. But they're telling you, don't move.
Great, I'm not moving.
Easy target. That's instant critical for me. No. All right, yeah. So it takes a few moments and all that, and we'll kind of speed it up a little bit here. It's tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, and it doesn't take long before the four of you out in the street will begin to see two individuals shuffling their way towards you, and damned if you don't recognize who they are. But where are they? Oh, come on. Where's your lovely Barnabas? Again. Yes, Barnabas and Sergeant Cromley come
good
in with another. They come in with let me see where to go. They have got another 20 constables roughly with them, and one of them, y'all will, as always, you recognize a couple of some of the guards and the people in this, and they just kind of they recognize you too, but there's kind of a just a nod, understanding, and one of them even is kind of bewildered, trying to figure out what's going on here. And Barnabas and Sergeant Cromley come in, and one of them will actually look up and all that, and you'll watch he where his viewpoint is, and you will see a couple of Griffin Riders flying up above. Looks like they're providing, some reconnaissance airborne support up there as they kind of swoosh in and around, and kind of watching, and they kind of nod to each other. And Cromley, as soon as he sees the four of y'all there, you get this kind of a moan out of him, and he goes, "I should have known that I might have found y'all here after all the questioning and mayhem that went on in my office. Please tell me a good reason why we find you gentlemen here."
We were helping defend the
Who's-
compound.
What
We
brought
were
you here?
we were just coming by. We were looking around the outside, and we heard combat sounds from inside, and it sounded like there was some big trouble in there. So we ran in there. When we got into the dining hall, we saw, was it 8 or 10 of their house soldiers wearing their uniforms dead, and there were men in these black uniforms. They seemed like they might have been the snake guys.
Zentarum?
Yes, the Zents. Yeah, they looked like they were Zents. And they attacked us. We put them down. We heard more combat upstairs. We ran upstairs. There was more of them fighting, more of the house guards up there. And we helped them put those guys down. And there was one more guy who was trying to break into the lady's bedchamber where she had bartered herself in there. And we attacked him. He jumped out the window. There was more of them out there. And we were still fighting them when you guys showed up and drove them off.
And you just happened to be in the area. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, we live and work
Live around.
shortly down the street from here.
They both kind of look at each other, and he says, "Sergeant," and he points over to one of the sergeants, "Hold them here." And he points to a couple more of his, actually it's Barnabas, points to a couple of his veterans constables, and he says, "Come with me." And they will move around to the gate and all that, and Quetzal, you can see them kind of staring at the gate, and Barnabas kind of looks at it a little bit, and he pulls out a few things, and he just kind of waves his hand at it, and there's a kind of a flash and all that, and the gates will creak open, from what he did, and the constables and all that, he says, "Take this one and put him with his friends, and get me a few more quickly. We must get inside and see what is going on here before any evidence or any other malcontent activities happen." And they will allow you, Quetzal, to join your group.
Are they going to show me the way?
He points to the gate.
I cannot see in the dark.
Oh my God. So they grab you, they pick you up, and drag you.
Do they actually try to pick me up? Because I am very heavy.
They're going to drag you and push you out the gate so that you can see. And they point.
You said the streets outside were lit.
They are. He's playing. So once you get to the gate area and all that, the street, there are, low-level street lamps and things like that, lamp lighters where, there's a big guild here, and they take care of all that stuff,
Unless it's like really, really overcast, even humans can walk around outside in the dark.
It's Quetzal for you. He's our misfit kid, and they basically boot you out the door and point around the building where you can see more guardmen, and they say, "Move it." You don't know these city watch, Quetzal, so you can go over. You can move yourself now. Are y'all? Oh, burp! Y'all don't have the map. I thought y'all had the map. Here you go. So sorry, Quetz. You didn't have the map.
I had pulled it up.
Yeah, but he didn't. So he's not going to move himself. Here, fine. I'll move him. There you go. And Barnabas will move inside with a few of his constables, and y'all will hear you'll see him, peer his head out from the broken windows and all that. And then he's motioning, he's chatting with a few guards, and they point down to y'all and they point in here, he's asking
I'll
questions.
sit on the ground and meditate, by the way.
Yeah. And then you hear, oh, my husband, you hear an older woman's voice and a man. Yes, they tried their best, but they couldn't get me. What were they doing here? And, Barnabas is listening to all this, and
I'm going to drop a heal on.
you can. No problem. Is anyone of the noble family, you can hear Barnabas in there. No. We're safe. Just many of our guards from these dastardly individuals trying to rob me of my wealth and good being. And,
does she say anything about the divine luck that brought these people to their...
No, they do not. They kind of overlook that. But you you'll hear, you wouldn't know that actually, because they're up there chatting.
Well, you said we could hear.
Somewhat. But they're, they move off because you basically hear their voice trail off as Barnabas is making you could tell, him, that he is basically investigating the crime scene. Then they will come out, and the lady and Lord Gralhound will be shown who y'all are. And we don't know who these people are. Why would they be in our house? Maybe they were part with them.
We were helping the cards.
Who knows for certain?
Maybe you should speak with your guards. They saw us come in and help them defeat the people who were attacking your house. Maybe a little gratitude would be in order.
Gratitude? You should be lucky we're not having you thrown in jail for entering our compound. Who knows, you could have been with them also.
You're lucky we did come in your compound.
I have none of it.
All be dead.
Listen to this. And he basically, you see the Lord, he looks, he's a little beat up, and you see that his outfit's got a little blood on it and things like that, and he, motions his wife.
Sir, would you care for me to heal?
No, do not touch me. I do not need commoners' hands on my personage. And he, guards, come help me and my wife back into the compound. Clean this mess up. And you'll see him skitter around, and Barnabas, is, so sorry. Yes, I understand. We will get to the bottom of this post haste. Trust me, Lord Gralhound. Trust me. Trust in the watch. And they will skitter off around, and, you don't hear him, but then you'll hear some banging around upstairs, and someone fix this window. Board it up for the moment. It's cold airs. Give me the chills. Very ungrateful, you can tell.
We should let them down.
And Barnabas comes back down, and he's looking through y'all, and he says, "Tell me again exactly what you saw."
Well, I would like to ask your apology. So, it's very plain that we should not have interfered, and we should have let the Zentarum kill these people. So, you have our apology for butting in.
That still does not answer my question. Once again, tell me what you saw. I need to get to the understanding of why this is taking place. And you can go over it again,
Yeah, we go over it again.
Yeah. So, and, well, be that as it may, I'm going to ask, you may pick your weapons back up. And he motions over to the City Watch, and he says, I want a squadron of your gentlemen to escort them back to their establishment, and please remain there for the immediate future in case I need something else from you. Do not want to see y'all back around this compound anytime soon again, or getting into trouble. Y'all are becoming a little bit of a nuisance to me in my district. Now, I appreciate what you have told me, and when I have more questions, I will come and visit. take care of
Fair
yourself, and we will chat again. I'm most certain. And he will have a group escort you back to the Whispering Spirits. And we boom, boom, boom. You are back. You are back
Yeah.
home, guys.
The lack of gratitude there was astounding.
That's what you get when you deal with the royals.
Barkeep, give me a drink.
Well, aren't you hear a whoosh? Aren't you the barkeep? A whispery, disembodied voice. But you are the barkeep. Serve yourself. And they'll see a mist kind of flow through the wall.
I'm an owner. I don't tend to the bar.
I think he's talking down to you, Linder. No, you actually
I
serve
was
him.
actually-
It's
Don't we actually have employees that do this stuff?
yeah, you do. Yeah, you
Yeah.
should do.
That's who I was talking to.
Well, so y'all are back. Late in the evening. Actually, it's actually late, early mornings and all that. I don't think even with all that took place, and I was staking that out at night. I'd say maybe it's getting close to dawn. Y'all are way up past your bedtime, and all that Thunil's going to go. All that fighting got me thinking of my girl, and he's going to.
Guys, blood up, huh?
Yeah, he's going to go. I'm going to go freshen up. Maybe I need a quick pick me up, and he's going to go down to his.
Take a bath first.
Probably bathe in some ale.
Don't ruin our ale. Come on now.
So yes, Thunil says, "I will go find, what's her name? Hell, I had it sitting here. He's already forgotten her name. Isn't that bad? Oh, that is just sadness.
Considering it's the DM who forgot it, it is. Don't you know you're supposed to memorize the name of every NPC in the
Yeah,
whole...
exactly. Yeah, sure. Steel and stuff. These are the people's name. I don't want them. I want. Here we go. It's going to be chat. He's going to go see. Olcoria Stonemaro. I will see what Olcoria has to say, but he will head down to his room though, because remember he lives in the basement.
Where you can drink some more ale.
Mm-hmm. So the rest of you are up. Establishments, basically y'all. The remainder of your any patrons and staff is since it's really really late. I mean, unless y'all run a 24-hour establishment, it might actually be closed.
Okay, in that case, I will serve myself a glass of wine before I go meditate.
Okay.
I'm curling up in front of the fire.
That makes sense.
And okay.
I guess fast forward to morning, long rest.
Well, your long rest is going to take a good bit of the day because it's already morning. So yeah, y'all have the rest during the day. Yeah, that's no problem. But I'm just saying the time wise. Boom.
I would need 4 hours as a elf, so that's not a problem. Quetzal, don't forget to put your strength back to normal. And
I did that
Shadow, you
already.
have strength, right?
Both.
You did it already.
Yeah, I already did that. Just because I was making sure the stats and all that were lining up. And
And
now
we
it's
hang out because we're effectively on house arrest since they don't want us to go anywhere or do anything. We'll talk to our patrons, especially the city guards who come through, and tell them what happened and get them.
So you will get a few things basically that, yes, they're trying to understand what took place here. And there was a investigation, and y'all, so they, listening to the conversations with Barnabas and Sergeant Cromley and a few others. A couple of them will give you kind of they're fairly certain y'all are in the clear. And that there was since none of the nobles were, just their staff was killed, that a crisis would have been averted had one of the nobles been killed. Then it could have been, basically it's a death sentence in Waterdeep, if that is just, ever happens. And go ahead.
I say to them, I find that the lack of gratitude on the part of these so-called nobles was appalling. We saved their lives, and they were completely ingracious. That's I find it disturbing.
And they kind of look at each other and go, "We're not surprised." And some of them happens every
I
day.
guess I am not from around these parts, so I prefer to spend my time out among the trees and the animals. I find them a lot more.
Oh, hey, wifey poo. I'll let
Hey,
you know.
wifey poo.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, babe, this is yours. I don't want your mail. It's illegal to open up your mail. Okay. Now let's see. I'm also let me see. I was looking at something else here. So So they hear, you hear that, and the guards, that are visiting, basically tell you a big surprise that that noble, that villa, there was talk that maybe the wife, the older, she was, having a little love on the side, and he was, ungrateful. So there's, some gossip that ranges around there, and comings and goings from there that, some people just, they just didn't want to pay attention to what was going on in that compound. But that y'all have probably, more than likely are cleared of it all, and, try your, but there, because y'all have shown up a couple of times now, and been involved with a few of the recent, unfortunate events happening in there. They're saying just whatever, for God's, keep yourself, keep your noses clean. Try to stay out from their so-called radar, even though they wouldn't have that word, their observance for the foreseeable future. We like this place. We don't want to see it go away.
Let me ask your honest opinion here. So you're saying that if we see people being killed or hear them being killed, you are seriously suggesting that we not aid these?
I'm just telling you, y'all's luck has been on the wrong side where y'all have been, and I like you guys. I like the food. They both kind of, a couple of them are sitting there, but I just can tell you, with things as the activity and the tension that's going on in the city, it's just, we just think, I'm just letting you know, don't kill the messenger.
Oh, honestly, I'm not killing anybody. I was just trying to get an honest opinion. So we should not help people in need.
That's above my pay grade, man. I can't give you that,
Come on, we're all friends here, like I said, I prefer to spend my time out among the trees than the animals, and so I really am asking for your honesty.
So you do what you feel best, and what your soul and your heart tell you. That is the best of, who you are is who you are. I just know that they've got their, you have more attention on you than is probably warranted right now. And I'm not in control of that. I'm just letting you know what I'm hearing.
So tell me, let me ask you a separate question. Um, do the guardsmen ever deputize people outside the guardsmen to assist in matters that you guys might have to?
Say that. Sorry, you say that again. You had a little beep beep beep.
So do you guys ever say deputize outsiders who might be better equipped to deal with certain matters than the normal?
Not that I've ever heard of.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, so they kind of give you that deal, and so and you kind of get the feeling that that yeah, the tension calm down, and y'all begin to hear that the investigation, what kind of come of it is that the city watch, and they guys will tell you, is that begins a major crackdown on the Zentarum. And it gets real serious, actually. You begin to hear and see, yeah, so you kind of hear some gossip and some of the print and things that are going on. Yeah, I turned it off, dog. You know better. That there, some of the broad streets and publications, basically, they start reporting the Gralhund Villa bloodbath, and the City Watch has been now. They are kind of making their way about more through the city. There's a huge crackdown going, on the Zentarum, and they, there are many of them. See from time to time, even walking on the street, that they're taken into custody and being rounded up over the next few days, trying to ascertain their level of involvement in the violence that took place there. Since y'all saw several of their bodies, and the broadsheets and the publications and all that, begin, apropos portraying the Black Network in a most unflattering light. This is going to, cripple their, abilities for a while. And it's, y'all know that, that could be a good thing, but it puts their back up against the wall. There's even talk that one of their leaders in the area, an Istrid Horn, is on the lam. And she's one of basically the higher up kind of controlling figure of the Zentarum in Waterdeep, and they've got basically an APB out for it. One second.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. But that is, we'll actually, so y'all are beginning to do that, and so you hear that things are going on, and it's not really it's somewhat of a calmness, but the fighting is kind of slowed down. That some of the encounters that between Zentarum and the Xanathar's Guild, Goobies. And we can actually, what was it? We're going to actually have, it's been a couple weeks now that goes on, and we need to see how well the bar did. Oh, that's right. Where is our options for Troll Skull Manor? Let's see, where... Earning money.
Whispered Spirits.
Whispered Spirits, thank you. Forgot. Oops.
And so, do we get any plus or minus for our help down with the other?
Not with that. No, you don't. Mm-mm. What else did we say? Really?
Modifiers 25.
Say that again. Sorry, Brian, I stepped on you.
I said our current modifier is plus 25 for that roll.
That's right. So who's going to roll for the 2 weeks?
Whose turn is it?
I'm not in charge of that.
I thought we had a turn order.
Yeah, we were going by the portrait order up top, is the way I remember it, but I don't remember
Not sure where we're at.
who hasn't rolled.
I've done it once.
I've also done it once.
I don't know. Y'all can decide.
Quetzal, have you rolled?
Wetzel.
I don't believe so.
Roll percentile.
Then
How
roll
do
a-
I do that?
Okay,
Right
so
click on
right.
the D10 and
yeah.
the percent symbol.
Yep. Right mouse click on it. Grab the percentile and throw it in the chat. And we shall add 25 to the
And
map.
roll high.
25, 52. Oh,
Yet
another
again, we break even.
another break even.
I think we should get another bonus to that since Dunil is gone for the week, so he's not drinking up our ale. So we should.
Which probably not a non-bonus. Well, actually, I hear what you're saying. Unfortunately, you break even, but it's better than nothing. Not earning any money.
Was this a bi-weekly roll or a weekly roll?
Every 2 weeks, roughly. They call it a 10-day.
As long as we're not having to pay to run the in.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, so far everything's covering your costs. You guys y'all are in the black because I don't think y'all have had a loss yet, right? So
I think so.
yeah, I think you're doing pretty good. So with that being said, so recapping, I mean, so things have kind of quieted down. I kind of Thunil's off gallivanting around. He'll kind of slosh in from time to time, and then but he always seems to come in, gruff at everybody a little bit, and then what's up, Tombstone? Head back down to his place. And let's see, what else we got here? 1 second, where? Yep. Missing somebody. While I'm looking this up, y'all I need to recap. What are y'all doing? Y'all are kind of just
Well, we're on
running the
house
establishment.
arrest, so
No, you kind of understand that that the attention has been turned to the Zentarum. Sorry.
Oh.
And yeah, the guards have kind of told y'all that, and it wasn't really house arrest, so you haven't seen Curious Crafts. Thank you for the raid. Welcome everybody to the Rejects. We'll let the we are in the middle of our Tuesday night D&D campaign with Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Thank you for bringing them over and saying hello. We shall return the favor. Woohoo! We like the raids. I need to get a raid emote now that I think because now we can get an extra emote now. I need to put that out there. Thank you for the follows. We do appreciate it all. Oh, we're just gonna have to check the schedule out and come over and harass you too, and harass in a good way. Okay. So things have calmed down. The business is slowly business has not been bad for y'all, but the guards basically will let you know that things are going, that they, through the investigation, the Zentarum definitely are getting cracked down on, that the City Watch and higher ups have had enough of their their wrongdoings and the killing that has been going on. Zentarum, the Beholder group, Xanathar's group is basically they've kind of gone to ground. And so y'all are good on that. You haven't seen Sergeant Cromley in a while, but you guys are kind of stuck, I guess. I don't know what y'all are wanting to do.
I would like to go pay a visit to Fallout.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I always want to go and hang out and talk shop with her for a while and see if I can get an herbalism kit and see how much that.
An herbalism kit. You would discover, yes, that she would, or Fala, since we not sure of the orientation as they associate themselves with, or him or her. The kit that they can put together for you, and it's the standard cost for it. A herbalism kit. Where is? Oh, that's under tools, isn't it?
It's 5 gold.
Yeah. So, yep. Be able to put one together. Make me a perception check, please. Mm-hmm. And yeah, a little she seems to be a little distracted. Things are a little disarray. Picking up things. Sorry, she, basically tells you that have been busy working on the stuff and haven't had a chance to really, get the shop cleaned up. And she, you're down on the main floor. She lives there. He lives there, up above, and
I say, well, I'm curious. I find myself being, kind of out of my element, so to speak, because I'm used to spending more time out in nature among the trees and the plants and the animals, and I find that city life doesn't really agree with me. How do you do it? I mean, what do you do with your time besides just running the shop? I mean, I'm not sure how much time you actually have to deal with customers in your business. I mean, what do you do to make living in a city worth it as a druid?
Well, luckily I have my garden that and then and we'll point that is up on the top floor of the third. It's basically a third floor, been converted into a greenhouse, and the wood elf will tell you that it is it is a safe haven, and many a times I will make my way when I can see that the crowd is maybe not as heavy out and about in the streets and all that, but I will make my way to the city park, or the city, not the city of the dead, but basically to some of the parks that are in the area. There's a couple of nice big ones out that have lovely landscape and foliage and stuff like that. And when I need to get away from the noise, things like that, I will make my way over there. And that's
So I didn't realize you had your own greenhouse upstairs. I mean, as a druid, I would love to see it. Would you mind showing?
Maybe not. Let me clean up and do things, and I will. If we will try to put it.
If you choose, that's fine. I mean, to me, I mean, obviously, I'm used to being in the woods, so messy house means nothing to me. But I mean, if you have a problem with it, that's fine. I don't know.
We just please come back to later on in the week. Let me have a moment to clean and do things, and then yes, I will be more than glad to show you the greenhouse upstairs. Sure, certainly. But here's your herbal, your herbalism kit. Use it with great joy and pride.
And how much do I owe you, Phil?
5 gold is our standard price. Is good enough for me.
Okay, thank you very much.
And
So-
yeah, so little distraught, little
Something's getting to her.
Disjointed.
So when I leave, I want to go out, go around the corner, and shift into a cat and like climb up and try to look through the windows and see what's going on.
Do you want to try to make another agility check up the wall there, or you just want me to give it to you? See if you can
I
make
do
it.
want to cast guidance before I.
You're fine.
before I
I'm
go up.
messing with you.
I really do want to cast guidance before I go.
That's fine. You cast guidance on yourself. Now let's see. So that's Folan's has ventured off. I believe Linder, you and Quetzal kind of minding the shop.
I had a thing that I wanted to do.
You can let me know. Certainly, you can either tell me.
Okay. So while the guards are there, we're talking about the investigation stuff. I need to ask them if is the investigation officially concluded regarding at least the compound.
In the minds of the City Watch, yes, it is.
Okay.
That they're pretty certain, that the Zentarum were involved, and yeah, they don't really, but you won't hear anybody, as you've discovered and Folan just discovered, that was any acknowledgement about what y'all did.
Okay.
And the
So
lack of gratitude.
So how do I go about getting some property of mine out of the evidence locker now that the investigation is over?
And what did you lose there?
I left 5 silver-tipped arrows sticking out of some zents.
And a couple of mine.
Oh. I'll have to check. I don't know where. Depends on which district office they were taken to. Local district area. There's a couple of precincts. Sorry, wrong word. Which finding out the bodies were definitely would have been probably already disposed of by now. We'll have to look into that to see what evidence paperwork was filed. But you'll
Very
wow,
well.
good. Oh boy, I have no idea, honestly. They kind of, a couple of guys will look at each other. I don't know. That's a first. We'll look into it.
Okay, thanks.
The ale is really good here too. Did we ever tell you that?
Yes, many times. You might not remember though. You had a lot of ale.
That'd be true. All right. So what to do? 1 second. I've got to put a message here. Sorry, folks that are watching. We have multiple things going on. All right. What else, folks? What else are we doing?
I'm spying on Follow to see if I see.
Well, today
yes,
you
that.
won't. So what else? Yeah, you got some looking. Yeah, nothing's happening at the moment. Oh, that's right. You went up as a cat. I'm sorry, I forgot that. Okay, so
Right.
you never see Fala go up. You kind of from the troll
But
skull
I
alley.
go up and I look through the windows and see, do I see anybody? Is it actually Missy? What is she? Do I see anything that could be causing her to act like that? And why is he acting?
So your problem is this. So first floor's got some windows and all that, but the third floor, you're kind of moving around where you can, rooftop, and you make your way, and you can kind of see, because the greenhouse is definitely opened up, and you can see an area where and Follow makes them from time to time, will come in and out of there. Doesn't spend much time working there though. But the second floor, you're unable to get any type of recon on it.
Okay. So there's no windows on the second floor?
Not that you can get to.
Could I see in them like from across the street or something like that, or another building nearby that'd be at the same
You
level?
will go look at that, and that you will notice that they're curtained over, and you can see light from time to time. But spend a day or two there. Follows in there, but there's not any opening. Something that you can see from across and in. They're kept shut.
Okay.
All right. Tabaxi, you're out and about. We don't have Thunil here, so we're down one player, but Thunil is still traversing. So while y'all are doing your spending a few days doing this recon and this, at least Folan is doing some watching. Quetzal and Linder and Shadow, all four of you actually come in and out of the compound some, okay, or back into the Whispering Spirits. But what do y'all need to, what's next? I've got silence here.
We still never figured out if that nibble ray was actually in there, which is what we were looking for.
How'd you know it was there?
I said we never found it.
I know, but how'd you know it was there?
Because we rode around on the Griffin and it was in.
Mm-hmm. So it was a clue.
We should use that wand and go looking for it.
That seems sensible. Also seems like it could get us in more trouble.
With this group? Possibly.
Well, we don't necessarily have to go into that same manner, but we can go looking elsewhere and see if we can find.
Okay. Let's do that.
Okay, so the group. Shadow, I'm getting your message. You're in and out. I'll have some stuff for you here in a second, just so you know. Yep. So y'all take the nimble right detector, and where do we go? Do we need a map? Do you remember what happened the last time you used it?
Well, I believe there was at least two spots that we had seen, the compound and some boats, I believe.
The docks.
That is correct.
Yes.
So y'all will, so there was no mention of a nimble ride or anything from the investigation. And y'all will,
I want to start up by the manor.
Was getting ready to give it to you. And you will get nothing. Absolutely. It is dead stone quiet. The indicator, nothing goes off at all.
Do we know how far the indicator is capable of?
Didn't I say like 500 feet?
500 feet.
Yeah, 500
so
feet.
if we walk around it, that should be enough to build to.
Yeah, and I'm letting you know that between the two of you, and all of y'all making the rounds and kind of gridding out that area around the villa, and making your way through the northern ward area, there's not a blip at all. You almost sometimes think it's broke. You shake it, you mess with it, and it does not. Where's being blown? Boop, make all the funny noises like a Willy Wonka invention. It doesn't do anything.
All right, to the dock ward then.
Okay.
So you're going to make your way down the dock ward. And this, y'all
There
take
was one particular dock that had 3 ships on it, and that was where it went off.
So y'all will take y'all a good bit of the day. And you were doing your initial search, and then being flustered by that, you will head on down, toward the dock ward. And you will go to the dock area, and let me bring up our handy dandy extra maps. So we can...
I had saved the shortcuts for those, but I'm trying to open them. It seems like they're not shared anymore.
Which shortcuts are that? The ones I've shared already with y'all? All right, let me see. Let me see.
Waterdeep players, Waterdeep locations, Yawning Portal, Waterdeep Southeast,
Oh,
Storm
wow.
Alley players.
Okay.
I had saved a bunch of shortcuts, and I can't get them.
I'm going to, let me turn off a few here because some of these.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe it turned off.
Yeah. I'm cooking the, I didn't know that's a picture. We don't want that one. So the Nimble White Detector. So that's such a pretty thing. Weird looking. Notice boards, location. So, wow, that's a lot of pins. That is so cool. I'm trying to find out which one to send y'all to. One moment. There's a Waterdeep. It's a pretty big place. Give me a second here, Brian. I'll go back and look through that. Let's get y'all to. So y'all make your way down to the dock ward area, and you remember, Folan, from your flying around, that yes, there were a couple of ships that were docked. There were actually, like I said, there were 3, and they were fairly flamboyant ships, if you remember correctly. They had, lots of banners flying off of them, colors. There was activity moving around on them, and when y'all get down toward that area, you will see 2 of them. They're galleons when you get closer on the dock, and there's a few you'll see, humans, it looks like, moving a few things in and out of them, but the third one is not docked there at the moment.
So it's gone, and there's just 2 ships.
The third one is not there.
Okay, we're using the detectors.
It starts going off as you make your way kind of nonchalantly, as you kind of walk through the dock area and all that. You will start to hear it slowly, and things start to spin. The umbrella starts to slowly move up and down. It is detecting something.
Okay, follow it as best we can.
Well, you are going to discover that it is wanting you to go on the ships. That seems to be on the ship somewhere, or one of them.
And I don't suppose they're just going to let us walk on.
The docks are bustling and chaotic during the day. And it's autumn time, don't forget. So, there's still some activity. It's not as heavy as it would be in the spring or summertime. But there's tons of activity moving in and around, and there's a little coming in and out of the ship. Not a lot though.
Great. Well, I'd say we can use the crowd to our advantage then.
Well, not on the ship, but they're bustling up and through the docks, not in and out of the ships. You've got a gangplank. There's a planking that will go up onto each one of them, and you will notice that you'll look and you can get that their names of the ships are called the Heartbreaker and the Hellraiser.
Well, all right.
Interesting names.
Those are interesting names.
Don't all talk at once.
No way. Not gonna happen, man.
So what do we do?
That's what I'm waiting on. What are you gonna do?
What if we approach the ship and ask to speak to
Ask for parlay.
I don't know about parlay. I just asked to speak with the captain. I doubt they're pirates, right?
No, they do not look like pirates. You're basically seeing, as you have watched, you guys are asking, you're doing good. The individuals that are walking off there, most of them are men, but you will see a few women. They are impeccably dressed in these fine uniforms. They are definitely flamboyant uniforms, lots of colors to them, puffy shirts. They're not armed. Though you might see a few have a dagger they're not carrying swords and stuff like that. Hats, all different types of berets and feathered hats. And they have, you'll catch a slight hint of maybe a music box, churning off of one, playing a light, flirty music. And these people are all of them are very attractive, very clean. They're doing hard work and all that, but they are pretty on the eye.
Should we try the direct approach?
I think so. You want to be our speaker, Linder? You got the best charisma.
Sure.
We can always choose indirect later.
I will cast detect magic before we approach.
Okay. On
Myself. I mean, it's a 30-foot radius and it lasts for, I think, 10.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It strikes me as odd that a ship would have a crew full of beautiful people. It just doesn't seem like.
Well, you're definitely detecting magic coming from the ship. There's no doubt about that. You're just not certain where. It seems to be encompassing. As you get closer to the ship, you can feel it and kind of see the ship as, both ships. Well, actually, the first one, which one are you going to? The Hellraiser or the Heartbreaker?
The one that we're being directed to by the Nimblewright detector?
The Nimblewright detector is wanting you to go to both ships.
Okay.
Let's go to the one that's further.
You get to. They're both side by side, guys. They're
Hellraiser.
I mean, they're at a pier, so I figure one of them to be close to shore.
Well, they're pier. They could be both on ones, each on one on each side of the pier.
Hellraiser.
Yeah,
No.
Hellraiser.
Okay, so you get to Hellraiser, and yes, a roughly 5'8", 5'9", very robust man. Kind of sees y'all walking, come toward the plank and looking and kind of waiting there, and he will put down. Looks like he's got a paper clip, some writing stuff, and he's making some notes, and he pulls his jacket. He kind of had it kind of pulled apart a little bit, was just doing a little lifting, and he kind of props it up and buttons himself, and then he, pushes his hair back a little bit, and he turns the little flamboyance with him, and he motions and he walks over to the edge of the ship looking down the plank, and it's a cheery morning. What brings you to the Heartbreaker?
Not sure what to say to him, honestly. Like, do I tell him we're looking for something or what?
So you said this was the captain?
You don't know. It just... What brings you to the Heartbreaker and our troop
We're
of
on
the
the Hellraiser
Sea
troop.
Maidens Fair? We're busy right now preparing for the festivities.
Festivities.
Yes. For the parade and the show must go on.
Mm.
Always.
Are
Wait,
you
these
the
guys-
captain of this good vessel?
I help run this lovely vessel, but our captain, our admiral, our true leader, the great Zardos Zord, he is on his ship, the Eye Catcher, and he is out in the main harbor area, porting for the moment, taking care of some business. And he will kind of open, he would like take an arm and he kind of just points it out and he points all across, and far off in the back harbor area, you will see, if y'all got the map here, there, let's just say like y'all are docked. Let's just say in the dock ward, that y'all are here. They've got a nice little, this is where y'all are at in the middle. And he will point back over into what is the Deepwater Harbor. Just say that 3 times in a row. And there will be another ship that's out there, kind of docked way out there in the center. And you'll see it is, if you thought these two ships were eyesores with banners and flowing, kites and balloons and all, man, this thing is like, on neon, and it's not the sun, it's the ship. Okay.
Wait.
Yes, our
so,
great captain, our controller, our man of the hour, is on his ship taking care of business. May I ask what you would need with our captain, our admiral?
if you guys are preparing for the parade, then are
Mm-hmm.
you part of the guild that makes the contraptions and I can't remember what that guild is called.
The guild. Oh, that's a good question. One
But
second.
the Nimblewrights.
Yeah.
Nimblewrights are most certainly are used in what we do, for they are great contraptions that help move things along. They lend a realism, so je ne sais quoi, you should say, to what we do.
Oh, well, no wonder. Of course, we're going to find Nimblewrights here. They use a bunch of them.
And you know that because your investigation when y'all went to the temple, Valletta, the Dragonborn priest, let you know that they had, that the Nimblewright that was there, they had basically they kept him there and he can't leave the compound. But she told y'all that Nimblewrights are used a lot in where the hell is it? I'm bringing up the deal. Why is it always so hard to find? I love this module, but there's so much to go through, and the index. I don't envy the person who had to code this all in, because there is so much to it. Where is the parade that was talked about by y'all? Y'all went to the House of Inspired Hands. That's right. Because the Days of Wonders Parade is what it's called.
All right.
So you actually have Nimblewrights here on the ship.
Almost certainly we have. We have one here. Yes, and our companion ship next door has one too. Always.
Well, we are looking for a specific one. We are currently under employ of the House of Inspired Hands. We are looking for a stray one.
Oh, well, I can promise you it is not on our ships. But
Okay.
cannot, let me be honest, I cannot speak for our captain, our admiral, our leader of greatness, the great Zardos. He must be the one you should speak with. I can send for him if you want.
Do you know when he'll be back?
I may send for him if you want.
Please.
And He will want to know more then. I am certain of it. One moment, and you will see him kind of back up, and he will call out to one of his other companions who's got a flowing robe, and it's dragging, it's a long trail to the robe, and it looks like it's inlaid gold, but you're not so certain it's gold, but it's threading and stuff like that. And says, our captain, our admiral is needed here. Please send for the great Zardos Zod. Oh, and the other one says, oh, most certainly I shall send for my captain, our admiral. And they see, as you can tell, they say that a lot. They revere him. And you will look and you will see then that the sails all of a sudden will open on the eye catcher. And you will begin to see it starts to turn, and it begins to make its way back into harbor.
So I say, this is a lovely ship. Do you mind if I walk around the deck and?
No, we are busy right now. I would have to ask that you wait until our captain, our admiral, our great leader, Zardos, joins us, and then you may ask him at all. He will probably, even if you're so lucky enough to be able to join him on the ship, the great majesty that is the eye catcher. He says,
very well, no problem, thank you.
Yep, and so the eye catcher, it sails in, and it will then doesn't have much room. It's a big ship, so it's going to have to go over here and just kind of squeezes in there a little bit. And you hear a trumpet of horn, and and some, maybe some, you'll see a coven of doves kind of come shooting out from a box. Since maybe they don't want to litter with balloons because they're environmentally conscious, and and
they're out of latex.
yeah, and so yes, and so the gentleman was, that is our captain, our admiral. He calls for you. Please, you may go join him and enjoy your good health and humor today. It is such a beautiful day to be under and bestowed as a member of the great troop that we are, the Sea Maidens. Good day. And he turns. And he goes back to looking at his paperwork, and you see him he throws his hair back, and then he looks up at the sun, basking in its glories, you can tell. And y'all can make your way over to the other dock.
I'll make my way.
Great. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
I'm going to give Linda a guidance when we get there.
Oh, heck, thanks.
This one, as y'all move toward the gangplank and all, the planking that goes up, this one is definitely bedecked with gold and filigree, and there are purple curtains hanging everywhere, and the sunlight is catching off of everything, and it just, you have to avert your eyes from time to time, even walking along the dock, because the light's just beaming off of this thing. And y'all even catch, a sweet smell hits the air that blends in with the dead fish smell and the dock smell and all that. And
good God.
Yeah, it almost turns your stomach because it is sweet, and it mixes in with that. And you,
I'm all about showmanship, but this is a little extreme.
And they will dock in, and you see a very succinct group, same beautiful people. There doesn't seem to be a single one of them with a hair out of place, a pimple on their face, not a rip in their clothes, things like that. And they, very adeptly dock this ship with ease. And y'all wait, and you're, watching, and all of a sudden you will see, another dun, 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 and somebody believe the doors in the back cabin for the captain area was B's kind of open up, and this dashing figure will kind of stride out, with hat with a plume coming out of it, and dressed to the nines in the latest fashions of the land that are beyond most of y'all's abilities to pay for. You recognize them, as the latest fad. I mean, the latest. And probably a few of you wouldn't be caught dead wearing it. But it is on this individual. And he looks down and but for a moment you see him he kind of pauses as though he's staring out, thinking real hard. And then he kind of turns and he looks and he nods and he walks to the planking and all that. I am the great Zardas Zod, the leaders and owners of the Seed Maidens Fair that you were lucky enough to find yourself gracing our presence with. You may come up onto the ship if you so desire. And he bows with his pat and his plume, and he basically kind of waves from the top of the ship up for you. My wife. I hear her go. She's looking in the door and she goes, I don't want to know. Thanks, wife. She's got my back. She married me. At that time, I was a DJ in the club system, and then I retired that year, and she was quite perturbed. She said she married a DJ and she got a dork. All right. So
I will return his bow and accept his gracious offering.
Mm-hmm. And you can feel that the ship in your little magical beam the ship is just flowing with magic everywhere. That's covered in it. There's no one particular thing. It's the ship. And you're seeing.
What about this person, the captain?
Well, the whole ship is just one big magical aura. It is basically it is an overload on your system, Poland. But you're being, all of it is magical. Well, at least that's what you're reading. Let me put it that way. As soon as you step onto the ship.
I get that, but still, each thing is magical. It has its own.
No, it is not. I'm letting you know that it is one big cocoon. The whole thing is encompassed in magic.
Magic boat.
It's like I said, it is something you have not seen before.
Much more impressive than a magic school bus.
The ship is just bedecked, like I said, with golden filigree. Purple curtains are everywhere, hanging on the windows and just hanging on the mast and wherever it can be. There are tassels, silken tassels of all colors and makes. It's flowing everywhere. The banners catching the wind.
Let me guess, the sails are made of velvet.
Close enough, but they might be inlaid with it. It is something to behold. And the wood is just, the ship itself is just crystal clear. I mean, you don't even see a scuff mark on the ship. And then the perfume just assaults you when you're up on the ship. I mean, it's coming from everything that's there. It's like it's bred into the wood. Because you kind of, and you're, holy moly, what the hell? Someone spilled the whole casket on this, multiple caskets on this thing. And he goes, it is not often that we get the common folk to join us upon our ship. We are so busy preparing for the parades and all that. But I, honestly, was out in the dock because I was I was having a feast and was wanting to celebrate, and I don't have much. My workers here are so busy, and their mindset is making sure that they prepare and put on the greatest performance that they can. But I have a magnificent feast laid out if you would like to join me in my quarters. And he kind of looks back, and you'll see some doors that are opened up, and you can look in there, and it's opulence. I mean, this is, Euro opulence trash to the guild that you're seeing inside there. It's just overbearing. And there's a table there, and there's food, and you see golden wine cups and decanters, and it smells delicious, looks delicious, and he will turn around and start heading that way. What?
So detect magic can give you the school of magic that you're detecting. So I want to see what school of magic is coming off. Is it illusion?
And in Arcana check, disadvantage.
Really?
Yes, I do.
I thought the spell was just supposed to tell you.
It is.
I
That's what the spell description says.
I know. There is some there. There is definitely a bit of illusion there. There is a kind of a protection also that you will detect, encompassing the ship. So a little of both.
Okay.
And it is very powerful on the ship too. I'm sorry, Brian, say that again.
Since it's that bright and powerful and overwhelming, I'll let.
But the people, the senses that you're being assaulted with, that smells real. And the stuff on, the ship looks real. It looks very real to you. And he will move into his chambers, and he will take his hat, and he takes it, and he just kind of gives it this flip with this big feather, and it spins deftly, in the air, and then hits a little, coat rack, hat deal, and lands perfectly on it, and kind of rims it a few times, and then settles into place. And he motions for you, and there's chairs for everyone there, and you will see, is a magnificent feast in there on these golden platters, and mahogany table that is just exquisite craftsmanship. Even the dollies, that are sitting there, just this, what dream have you stepped into? But he gets some.
The doilies.
Doilies, yeah, even the doilies. And he goes,
he had dolls.
No, doilies. He goes, it's so hot sometimes. And he takes his jacket he has off, and the jacket he kind of pulls off, his shirt that he has underneath it, is barely covers his chest. He kind of, very proud of himself. It's a little bit less scantily, he's well built, but a little scantily clad now when he takes off the jacket. And it's some scarlet apparel that's kind of trimming his figure, and he's got a, nice chin. You kind of see him now. His chin is very, chiseled and formed, and he's even got, a lovely, bountiful grouping of chest hair, perfectly placed. But then you also notice he is armed. He has a little rapier that on a stylish belt, and he, moves it around, and he's able, as he moves, he keeps it from clanking into things and all that. And he goes, we must toast to having a parade that will be known throughout the lands this season. And he looks down, and he goes, we need more wine glasses. And he pops his hand, and as y'all are sitting there, out from the wall that will form a nimble right will come out of the wall and will be holding a pitcher in its hand, and in its other hand will be a tray holding glasses, and that will walk up to the table, and it will set down a glass very deftly and very, robotic like kind of what, and with purpose. And then it'll take the pitcher, and it will pour, very measured out pours of wine, and then look, then look to Zardos, and he will nod, and it will turn around and back up against the wall, and then stop, and then looks to you, and then stops moving. He goes, "We all must drink to the occasion. Please enjoy."
Any milk?
Barbarian. I raise a glass to
Yeah, and it smells exquisite, Folan. Yes.
you honor us with this fine vintage in your hospital.
Duh. Your visitors such as yourself, you honor me. What? And may I ask, what is the meaning? Why are we so fortunate to have someone like you, good elf, visit us on our ship in this busy time of the year when there's other things to be addressed, and we are just but a traveling fair of minstrels and entertainers? What service can the great Zardos bring to you?
From appearances, you seem to be far beyond mere minstrels.
Whoa, thanks for the Lionhead. Thank you for the hosts and the viewers. Welcome to the Rejects, those that are watching. We are in the middle of Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and they are on a flamboyant ship of minstrels. Asking questions. So, I'm sorry, ask that a question again, Brian?
It wasn't a question. I said, this ship seems to be far greater than mere entertainers and minstrels. Surely you are much more.
Well, we provide, we travel throughout the land. We are, as you may or may have not guessed or understood, we are a seafaring carnival based in the good port town of Luskan. And we travel along the Sword Coast providing good, wholesome entertainment in the form of fantastic street parades, which the land has never seen the likes of. And these ships that you see here, yes, they store our stuff, but when a lot is shipped in and travels through caravans, but we have these wonderful ships, as you can tell, are built for not only speed, but our comforts too. If you know what I mean.
It does seem very comfortable.
Oh, we spared no expense. Why should you? But like I asked,
Sounds great.
As companions as yourselves, and herefore, we just can't be lucky enough that you would, want to visit or see what we do. Unfortunately, we do not have any openings. If you're wanting to join our merry group, we might in the future. But what graces us with your presence today?
Well, we are searching for a particular Nimblewright who seems to have gone rogue. And
rogue?
We were given a device to detect the presence of such creatures.
Oh, really?
Devices.
What device would that be?
It is this wand, I guess you would call it.
Oh.
Called a Nimblewright detector, and I pull the trigger and kind of point.
It goes bonkers. I mean, you hit that button, and that thing, it basically almost leaps out of your hand or takes you with it as it lifts up off the ground, Brian.
I let go of it.
And
as you can see, it has led us to...
You better grab it quickly or make a deck, because this thing is it could just head straight for the table in a crash landing. It is, I'm not even going to try to oh crap. It barrels right into, it hits the table, throwing stuff. There's the food. Stop this, the contraption.
Well, I said I let go of it immediately, but obviously
so you have to reach for it. Someone will grab it and shut it off. And and he goes, I just put the contraption away. Yes, I can see that it does work quite well. We have several Nimblewrights on our ship here. I purchased 4 just last year in the great distant island of Lantan, where they're made by a good group of gnomes. 2 are here, and the other 2, 1 are on each of my other vessels, performing menial tasks and things like that, which are not, shall I say, beneath us, but they're tasks that the Nimblewrights themselves can handle. while we perform and prepare for the greatest parades the world has ever seen. They're perfectly harmless, don't you know?
Well, the one we're after managed to use a necklace of fireballs and murder a bunch of people in the street. So that one is not helpless.
And where did
So
this take
that's
place?
why we're trying. I'm sorry, what was that?
And where did this take place?
It was up in the North Ward.
Then I've only...
Here in Waterdeep.
Oh, I know. Well, I would assume so. Wow. In the North Ward, there's only... The Waterdeep is the only city that has warded its certain areas. And I think that's true. I think that they're the only one that have wards. Well, that is... Every city has its problems, I suppose.
That's true. So your nimble rights haven't left your ships except in your...
No. Oh, no. They are always under our firm command. May not leave the ships at all.
How long have your ships been here?
Oh, I think we docked just 2 weeks, 10 days ago. It's not been long, but yeah, it was getting here to prepare and to begin scouting and making sure the route is proper for the parade, and to then send out one of our other scouts making his way. The last parade is coming up from Baldur's Gate, and we wanted to make sure that the caravan is on its way and not having any problems, so that we're always on time. We'd never want to be late or never have a problem with our parades. That would shine badly on us.
For sure, we couldn't have that.
No. That would be disastrous for our reputation.
That seems horrible.
Don't even say it. Don't even joke about it. But
Did I seem like I was
unfortunately,
joking?
no, other than we have the nimble rights, I can just definitely say that ours
So
have been
do
here.
the nimble rights look identical to each other, or
Yes.
are there differences between
They
one?
are identical.
Do they look identical to the ones that we've seen?
Yes.
That's
However,
awesome.
you will see. Make me a
Customization.
perception check. Make me a perception check, please, Phelan. Or all four of y'all are there when he asked that. So good enough. You will see that these nimble rights, there is a small, it's not like a tattoo, but there's a marking on them that have the letters SMF on them. Then you'll think that means Sea Maiden's Fair.
Okay. I'm guessing we didn't see any such markings on the ones we.
The one you see before you has that marking. You
Yeah, I'm
haven't
sorry.
seen
We,
any other
we
ones.
saw. I guess we didn't see the one that was up above that actually did the
No,
fireball
you did.
thing.
You had no idea, but you didn't see any marking like that on them in the compound.
So I say, yes, it seems apparent to me that your nimble rights are obviously not involved with this other
Oh
unpleasant.
no! Such would never be the case. A nimble right would never do that. Just never.
Well, this one did, which is why we're trying to find it.
Oh well, if it's found, I would hope and assume that it should be destroyed on site immediately.
That's
how
how
it is-
those are our orders.
Yeah, that is kind of the plan.
To wonder how that was created then and had a maybe would it say a conscience of its own? That's just preposterous.
Stranger things have happened.
Oh boy, now what? Hey Baboon, we're busy tonight. Baboonski's in the house. Thank you for the raid, my friend. That's our second raid. Wow. And another host, welcome. We are busy. Always forget the horn goes off. Hope you're doing well. Hope your game was good. Did you see the Facebook post I sent you there, Chucky Love? Baboon crew in the house. What's up, Catalyst? Welcome to the Rejects, all the Baboon crew. Yep, thank you for the follow. We have some Waterdeep. You need to get on, but yeah, would you please? And yeah, get back to me when you can there, buddy. What's up, Sergeant? Nost. All right, so back while we're getting the raid going on, and they are babooning, making baboon sounds. Whoa! Oh, hey, well, Catalyst. Just so happens with that cheer that you may provide inspiration to one of our players. And so they all have inspiration right now. We start our games off with it, but we allow it because you've been so graciously cheered that you may give one of them an extra dose of it. And we have a wood elf, a tabaxi rogue, a winking elf, and a blind in the darkness lizard man.
A half elf.
Half elf. That's right. You're half elf.
And half blind.
Roll the d6. On a 1, the DM gets it for an NPC. Okay, and we're missing our Candace tonight, our Thunil, our Mountain Dwarf Barbarian. She is still dealing with some health issues, and we'll be back. Okay, so 6. Oh, that would be 1, 2, 3. Me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's actually going to be Thunil. I won't know. Actually, we'll give it to Quetzal. Since Thunil's not here. Quetzal, you get it. You get an extra dose of inspiration thanks to Catalyst. 28 double X. Or is that how we're going to say it? 20 double X? Or is it something else? I'm supposed to see it and not seeing it because I'm a dummy.
Okay, well, it seems this guy doesn't really have anything else to tell us.
Yeah. So y'all,
we can just.
Yeah, y'all. Well, he begins to, and a chocolate, please. And he will clean up the mechs. Gotcha. Yeah, I knew the channel. I think I have seen the channel. I know Chuck has been over there too, and I will make note of it so that we can come harass y'all now. But I do appreciate you coming in and saying hi. Yeah, so he will actually, please, seat. Enough for chat. We may continue this conversation. The food is getting cold, and the wine. You must, have your fair share of this lovely vintage, that I might say, and it is quite exquisite for you, Folan.
Yeah, I mean, we'll drink his wine and eat his food, but unless there's something else plot-wise from this guy, I think we can probably just skip.
Don't rush it, Folan. You don't know, now do you?
Okay, so he might have something. That's
No, not really. It was just going to irritate you for a while with the story arc. Now he will ask more questions, trying to ascertain, he's wanting to know more about y'all. And the question is, what do you want to reveal to him? He, like I said, he wanted to know why you came to the ship, and y'all talk about, the Nimblewright, and he's just, he's flabbergasted that the Nimblewright would be able to do that. He, asks, if any of y'all are wanting to, discuss some of your background here, and what, the main thing he keeps asking is what brings a group of you together, such a disparate group of unique individuals. How do y'all put up with it? How do y'all stay together? Where do y'all live? As a matter of fact, are y'all from the city here?
I don't think any of us are from the city, are we? I know I'm not.
You live here, don't you?
Well, yes, but
we do now.
Yeah. We've come from far and wide, and now we all live here.
In search of a Nimblewright only?
Oh no, we operate a establishment in the North Ward, just across the street from where this incident occurred. Actually, is
what kind of establishment might that be? Maybe we should come visit or run the parade by where. Maybe we should come check it out to see if the parade should make its way through your neighborhood.
Certainly.
We have good drink and food.
Yes.
And which?
It is a tavern named Whispered Spirits on Troll Skull Alley.
I will come check it out then. You have my word on that. Maybe I should bring a maybe some of my vintage of wine, maybe that you do not have, and let some of your patrons try it sometime.
That could be
Most
interesting.
certainly.
So shall it be. And he will, cop his cans again, and the nimble right will move and fill up, continue to fill up your glasses, and you will, enjoy yourself, thoroughly into the night. Bravo, bravo, wonderful, wonderful. And, it is good for us to forget things. My job as an entertainer is to make people forget about politics for at least a while. And I believe we have accomplished that tonight. Shan't you say?
Stuff I gotta go tuck the kids in up there.
Yep. So y'all thoroughly enjoy your dinner. He is a very gracious host. You are completely full. It is quite excellent food. Y'all are not disturbed. It is, it's a show basically you got. And he will then say, I must get to my beauty rest, for that is important with someone like myself and as beautiful as I am. And I shall see you to the dock, and we shall promise we shall see each other again. I'm quite certain of it. I shall come by and visit the Whispering Spirits, is what you said the name was called?
Whispered Spirits.
Whispered Spirits. Yes. Make a note of that. Make a mental note. Okay. Well, shall be safe travels back to the Whispered Spirits. And I thank you for the company and good conversation. I have learned much tonight. And that he bows once again and turns with a big pomp and circumstance, and he stretches his arms and flexes his muscles, yes, more wine is needed. And he will move up the planking, and they will then pull it up, and you will see the ship light up lanterns and beacons and all that as it begins to pull back out and turn, and with another pompous of horn, and it will make its way back toward the center area of the harbor. Dun, dun, dun.
That was weird.
That was weird.
Something
Man.
seems up with this.
That is all that happens. And y'all make your way back, because it now is definitely late in the evening again, and you will make your way back up to the Whispered Spirits. That's Troll Skull Manor, for those who are asking what the hell we're talking about. They renamed it to the Whispered Spirits, their establishment. And now they can come back, and y'all will make your way back to the ground floor.
It's really too bad that the stream can't read our chat box all too well. There's some great content going on in there today.
They can see some of it. It depends on, yeah. It's not pointless. Gosh. Anyway, so we're back to the ground floor. Business is going on. Your establishment. My orange-haired Minotaur Ranger would love this group. Yeah, we have a very diverse group, as you can see from the overlay there. Definitely a wide range of individuals, and so far so good. They have, if you know the module or don't know the module, but they have been dropped into an enigma, wrapped in a mystery and a paradox of sorts, of a death, an explosion. They're trying to keep their bar establishment functioning and making a profit. And they've had one round of profit. The rest of the time they've been breaking even with their expenses, but that has been good. They have been in a couple of mishaps of basically they thought they were in the right place at the right time, but it actually was the wrong place at the wrong time. So the authorities want them, are asking them to please stay out of trouble.
That's no fun.
Yeah, exactly, with this group. They have a couple of some side quests that they're trying to figure out. Thunil, the mountain dwarf barbarian, is off on a second hot date with Olcuria. Since Candace is not here, that's what happens when you miss one of my games. Your character will go do things that it normally wouldn't do. And in Thunil's instance, a new rom-com is being written about the exploits of this particular dwarf by Volo, one of Volo's companions. And Praetor is a avid reader of these rom-coms. And he is dying to know more about it. And he had taxed the group to find out about this rom-com, and they haven't really done anything about it. It's sad.
So what did I miss?
You had a good meal. He enjoyed the company, the conversation. He walked the group off of the dock and turned around, stretching his arms out, flexing his muscles, called for more wine, and they pulled the planking up, and with the blaring of horns, the ship pulled out of port and made its way, lit up a bunch of lanterns, making itself well seen in the nighttime, and made its way back out into the harbor. And so y'all made your way back in the middle of night again, late in the evening, back to the tavern.
Okay, so not much.
Apparently not. And
So that was a big day.
Yeah. Do we at least get like a hero's feast bonus from that food?
It was just quite delicious. And you drank a little bit more of your fair share of wine. And the milk for the tabaxi was just, to die for. It was just the right amount of cold, crispness to it. Yes. But it was all real. That part, at least.
That part, at least. Okay.
Well, because Bolin detected that something was up with the ship. And you had the nimble rights that were there. But they were, know that they said that they had 4 of them. And that they are used, and that the nimble rights are very much used for the parades. But that is about it. So I guess you would go back to taking care of business. Here, I'm going to send somebody a message here. So hold on, folks. Sorry, this is bad demon, but we have some other side things that are taking place here. And okay, you have let's see, Folin. Would you go back to doing what you were doing?
Yep, I was gonna go back and call on her and
so
see.
you will notice that there has been somebody else there recently. You're checking in and out, but as y'all were you're doing your searching and all that, somebody, Fala, looks to be, what's the best way to say, shaking out some blankets and some, some bedding that, what did I hear? Okay. I'm trying to think. how is to put it? Yeah, so Fala is definitely cleaning up and throwing out some stuff that looks like more than one person trash.
Like cleaning up a guest room and such.
Could be.
Okay. I go call on her and ask her. I mean, it seems like you're busy, but I was wondering if this might be a better time to come inspect your.
Oh no, I've had guests for the night and all that, and I'm cleaning now. If yes, why don't we try it for tomorrow?
Sure, tomorrow. What time would be good for you?
Oh, we'll try maybe after the noon tea time. You know, try me back
Okay.
then, and you'll see kind of looking around, shakes a little bit. Very uncharacteristic for for an elf, but
Can
shaking
I
that stuff and
try to get a read on her
looking
and
back
try to-
over her shoulder. You will see her looking several times back over her shoulder, back up stairs.
So she's looking upstairs.
Yeah, back up. Because you come in, you're down on the first floor. She heard you come in, and we'll move back down and say
So
that to
she's
you.
kind of. Do I get the impression that she seems like there's someone still?
Make me a perception check.
Would
Now
that be
that you've
insight?
asked,
Would that be perception or insight?
either one, you can make the roll. There's concern, yeah, someone there or had been there, could still be there. Just, was busy, wasn't expecting you to come in, and was, trying to do her best to try to get you out of there so she could, or he could finish whatever he's doing.
So I lower my voice conspiratorially, try to make sure no one overhears. I say, Fala, I seem to pick up the vibe from you. You might be in trouble. Do you need some assistance?
Oh, no, I'm quite all right. Why would you think that? And you
I don't
see,
know. You seem like you might feel like you're threatened. Like there's somebody upstairs that is
why are
threatening
you?
you.
Oh, there's no one's here. I have no guests. And why are you whispering? No, I don't have anybody here. No, I don't.
I want to try to see if she's lying on.
She doesn't. Yeah, you can tell that she's antsy and says, "No, I don't. Like I said, I let me get back to cleaning. I must finish this up before any more clients come in. But we shall try it for tomorrow. I shall be free tomorrow. I promise.
Very well.
Thanks for dropping by." Yeah, you can tell that she's wanting you to hurry out, to be done, and just head back upstairs.
Okay. I will keep watch on her place from. I guess our place is like right across the street, right? So I'll watch from a window. or something right across
Well,
the street.
you'll see through the curtains and all that. Yeah, you can. Yeah, because of the map, you will send that over to everybody. But from y'all's
Like,
back,
I mainly want to keep an eye on the door and see if anybody
you won't
leaves.
see a door, but you'll definitely see. You could tell that there may be two individuals inside the second floor area.
Can I see what the person
No,
who's
through
not
the curtains.
following-
No, there's you can see shadows passing by.
Okay.
And y'all will notice that Shadow is no longer in the establishment. And let me see.
Is her house made out of wood?
I think it's gonna be a mixture of wood and maybe brick and all, but there's definitely no metal there. She's a druid, right? Didn't I say that? Yeah. So,
So you said I can see two people at a window, right?
you can see them through. You can see people moving through, in a light, kind of moving across. As you watch, you can tell that there's got to be more than one person in the room.
All right. I want to go over there and shift into a squirrel and climb up the outside of the house and try to listen quietly, stealthily.
Um, yeah. Stealth check, please. Oh.
I will use my inspiration on that.
Oh, much
better.
better. See, much better.
Hey.
Oh yeah. So, you will can kind of definitely bounce around, and you can kind of get up close to the windowsill and all that, and you will hear two individuals talking, and one of them is Fala, and you will then hear another voice, a deeper voice, chatting with Fala, and they there's concern in his voice, and you will hear, Fala will say the name from time, and it will say the name is Zaraj. And Raj, I've got to prepare somehow. You hear Razar's talking basically that I need to get out of the city before I am discovered. With everything that's going on, I shouldn't have come here to say hi. It was, I was missing your company. Basically, you're hearing that they miss each other, that they're close to each other. Um, um, but that what has been going on in the city, he's basically like y'all. He shouldn't have come. He heard what happened, and made his way here, and now he's scared that he can't get back out of the city to get home.
Can I tell anything from his voice? Like, does he sound like a dwarf or an elf? Can I get it?
Oh, that's a good question. They don't actually, for all his friends, basically, sounds like a human.
But it sounds like they have genuine concern for each other.
Yes.
Like,
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. And he is fearing that he's, with the way the Zent are being rounded up, and the issues that are going on, and them being on the lookout for
so he's a Zent.
he's a Zent, and
did you say the name? I didn't.
Ziraj, Ziraj.
Okay.
And that you're hearing, their friends, and they're trying to discuss, Fala said, if I had known that you were thinking, coming here, I would have said I would have sent word to stay away from the city right now. It is too much, even for you to be involved with what is ever going on. The City Watch is rounding up all of your faction, and it is you couldn't have picked a worse time to come here. And he goes, I know. I was coming to bring a message to our leader, Istrid, and now I'm understanding what I'm hearing from a few is that Istrid is nowhere to be found, and there's basically a writ order to capture on sight. But they don't know where to look. But I knew one of her favorite places, and he will basically begin to say that she used to love traveling and making her way through the city of the dead. There was something macabre about being in that cemetery. If I know Istrid, she's probably there.
Did it say where?
In this, no, just he said, I just know that she used to make her way to the city of the dead.
Okay.
She liked walking the rows of the dead.
Okay, if I don't hear anything else from them, I want to go pay a visit to that person and relay all that information.
To say, I'm not sure. Say that again. Now you're going to relate. Do what now?
I want to go back to, let's see.
You're going back to your inn.
I was going to go back to report that conversation to my contact.
Oh, I'm sorry. Brian, yes. You, you're, then you are,
Okay.
now let's see. I got all this going on here. You, so while you're doing that, let's see. Hold on a second. One second. I'm figuring this all out. All right. And everyone other. So there you go. What comes around goes around, everybody. All these secret messages. And the Tabaxi, you are here. Let me say, so I'm trying not to ruin this for everybody. Okay, boom.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, Following, what do you? So when you hear that and you then go off, so what do you do after you report?
I head back to the tavern.
Okay. Quetzal and Linder, what are y'all doing?
Just working in the tavern for me anyway at the moment. Still waiting on word on my arrows.
You need to check Discord. You need to check Discord.
Okay.
I think you'll be waiting on those arrows for a while.
Sorry, I did that wrong, Thorn. Yeah, I did that backwards. Sorry.
I'm gonna elbow Linder and tell him I need to talk to him in private.
Oh, this is funny. This is so hard to do this so online with all this stuff going on. So Tabaxi's run off, and then the elf's gone. Well, there's only the two of y'all in there. Yeah, so the establishment's late. So yeah, you may have patrons, but y'all will be behind the bar, and y'all can let each other know that y'all have something to do. And y'all are both kind of shocked all of a sudden. Oh, wow. You're in on it too. I'm not sure what was said to y'all. So, what are y'all going to do?
I'm gonna lead the way to the determined location to do the thing.
So what
How
happens?
vague.
It's vague enough. Yeah. So what's going to happen is y'all are leaving out the front door, and Folan, you basically are coming into the tavern, and you run into them as they're leaving.
Hey, where are you guys going?
I'm making Linder help me get some supplies so I can make some weapons and possibly a shield.
Okay. Do you need help?
No, I think Linder can do that. He's pretty good at talking to people, and I'm not.
Well, actually, I wanted to talk to you guys. Can we talk about something before you go?
Is it gonna take very long?
It
This
might.
is the most we've ever had Quetzal speak on the show. Just so y'all know.
I got some information and I want to talk to you guys.
Okay.
I could just come along and tell you on the way if you want.
No, it'd be better to tell me here.
That's not shady at all.
You're not here,
I don't-
Shadow. Shush.
I
You're
don't
gone.
like speaking. This is why I don't speak.
People in the chat are going, "What?" This show are going, "What in the hell is going on?" So
That's
yes,
what I'm trying to figure out. What's going on here? Because you're definitely making me feel like there's something shady going on that you want to keep from us.
That's just the way that he talks.
Well, actually, some of y'all watched so I know, Robert, y'all are in the chat, so I can't send a message to everybody in chat what the hell's going on. So I won't. Actually, I can mute myself in Discord for a second. I will do that. Well, y'all continue to chat.
Okay.
So, yeah, y'all, they should be able to hear me. They are all different members of
I guess
factions.
I'll tell you.
And so they've been doing their own little side quest. And
Which one, I guess. So I've been
help with the role-playing.
contacted by the Emerald Enclave. And they asked me to keep an eye on Fala because she has seemed to be keeping company with his interim agent. And so I've been keeping an eye on her, and it seems like she is indeed keeping company with this person. They seem to be having some kind of relationship. And so I went back and I reported that information to them. And one of the things that I heard while I was listening to them was that this guy was trying to contact Istrid, who seems to be a high up person in the Zentarum. And so it seems like she is somewhere out in the City of the Dead.
What exactly is a City of the Dead?
That's the name of the cemetery. The big
Yeah,
cemetery in
it's
town.
a big giant cemetery
Got
for
it.
everybody.
You
I've
know
never
it's-
heard of a cemetery.
Yeah, it is.
That's because every time you find something dead, you try to steal its corpse.
I was
No,
gonna say,
tries
it's
to
probably
eat it.
kind of like a buffet for you, but you have to dig it up and be kind of full.
And you will see this is where the City of Dead is. Pretty big.
Not too far away.
So I was thinking that we should maybe go check out the City of the Dead and see if we could find this Istrid, because this person may have additional information about the goings on within the Zents and this attack and the fireball and all that stuff. So is what you're doing more important?
Not really.
That's it?
Well, I mean, that was an answer to your question. I don't know what.
Okay. Where's Shadow? Do you guys know where he?
No clue.
I haven't seen him all day.
Kind of. Yep. Shadow disappeared.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll wait here for Shadow and see if he comes back, and I guess you guys go get your stuff for your weapons and armor.
I'm letting y'all play it out. I'm not saying a word.
So I guess I'll go in to the tavern and have a drink.
All right, so the Folan's gonna.
I guess we're going to the city of the dead.
Well, you and or no, so I didn't part of that conversation. Did Folan? Did you determine what they were doing?
No, they said they were going to get some materials to make some armor and a shield or
Okay.
something. So
All right.
that's all they told me. And they seem like they're being very standoffish and they don't want to tell me what they're doing. So I'll let them go do it.
This is why the lizard folk does not speak.
All right.
I offered to go along and they said
Okay.
they
Yep.
didn't need me. I'll hang out and
All right. And so you guys will head on off into the city.
Indeed.
Okay. And then they kind of head on off, Folan. Do you do anything in it, or are you just going to hang out there?
I'm going to try to follow them stealthily.
Oh, I thought we were all going there for that person.
No, well, no, because he
Folan
didn't
was
get.
talking
He didn't
about.
get.
You guys wanted to do your thing.
Okay, so here's what's happened. So this part, Linda, you're missing out. Y'all had some other. You had a note from Thaniel, okay, that y'all were supposed to go do this, but
Yeah.
nobody else.
Well, I'm
Nobody
not
else
talking
knows about it. Y'all are. So
I'm
what is?
talking about Folan came and talked to us about this person that's been hanging out in the city. Now,
But-
Folan wanted to go find that person.
But Quetzal didn't.
Well,
I got
he
the
asked.
impression that you guys didn't want to do that. So I mean, I was just going to hang out. I said I was going to hang out in the bar and let you guys go do.
All right, I guess we'll go gather supplies then.
And I'll shift into a dog and follow at a distance discreetly.
Folan. Okay, so y'all are gonna head off, but yeah. So what's going to happen is you will track them as they looks like they kind of head up north, and then they make a detour, and they will then swing around on the far eastern part of town and start heading south. And as they continue on, your two companions will begin to head toward the they're headed south along that side. You you 1 second, I need to send you another message. This is gonna oh well then they just say that you feel does it, what happens when you shift all your stuff internally?
It turns in shifts into the form with.
Well, I given it away already, but so you're going to get a tickle.
Okay. If I understand what it is, I'll see if I can figure out.
You get a tickle that something's up. And I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said I'll see if I can figure out where it's at.
Well, you'll have to come back. You know that's going off, but you'll have to come back. You'll have to come back out.
Okay,
And
I'll do that.
So you'll lose. So what happens? You come back out. The contraption begins to, as you fall on it begins to want to pull you somewhat western back in toward the city.
All right, I will follow.
Okay, so you lose track of your companions, and you will find this. One second. Now, while that's happening, Linder and Quetzal, y'all are making your way south. And Shadow, I need a couple of perception checks in the tower, please.
Okay.
Everybody's like going, what in the hell is going on? They're looking for somebody, and they've split apart.
The party is split.
Party is split, and I'm trying to have a little fun with it, but it's hard, and it's very difficult in an online deal to have the different messages flying back and forth, and trying to run this where they're all doing their different tasks, kind of separated from each other without spoiling what's going on.
Fun with factions, right?
Yeah.
Fun with factions.
Yeah, the fun with factions part and the stuff that Quetzal and Shadow are involved with. I mean, not Shadow, but Linder are involved with. It's a little bit different. It's just, so it's interesting. But they all end up at the same place anyway. That's where it's going to happen here. Okay, so you're doing your thing, and you're going to, where is the place is just in the middle. It's, what time did we say it was? Came back. So it's going to be early. It's going to say it's mid-morning from after all the stuff that you had the dinner. Y'all came back to your place and stuff was going on, and you went to go search off. And the place is just crawling with pedestrians, and there's picnickers, and there's children everywhere. It's, there are a lot of people here. And you, even though your senses are prickling a little bit, but you're still searching for your quarry. Okay. And, well, actually, while you're doing that, the three of y'all, Linder, Quetzal, and Shadow, y'all can make me perception checks out in the open, please.
Very well.
I apparently see nothing.
No, you don't see it. You're busy searching, which actually runs very well into the Linder and Quetzal. Y'all will see Shadow kind of moving around in and out of the crowd, and as y'all begin to move into the outer edges of the city of the dead, and you can see that Shadow's searching, looking, but did not catch sight of y'all.
Should we spook him?
I say we should.
And how do you spook the tabaxi?
Sneak up on him. Well, do that thing. You've never spooked a cat like that when they're not paying attention? You just kind of touch them on the shoulders?
I'd say throw a cucumber. My understanding, you throw a cucumber out in the middle.
You have to do that when they're eating. The cucumber only really spooks them when they're eating.
Oh, is that what it
which is
is? I've
weird.
just seen videos. You just
Yeah.
throw a cucumber
I'm not
at a
eating.
cat.
It's
He licks
because
himself
it
constantly,
vaguely
though.
resembles a snake. That's why the cats are afraid of the cucumber, is because it
Yeah.
vaguely.
I am playing with my yarn.
He does have his yarn in his hand while he's searching, and y'all pull his tail. So
I want to try to grab the ball of yarn.
Oh heck!
Yeah, so if a fight breaks out all of a sudden in the middle of the picnicking area as a lizard man and a tabaxi begin to fight over a ball of yarn.
Just another day in Waterdeep.
Yeah, another day in Waterdeep. In the Praetor, he chooses his airlings quite well.
So am I taking a swipe at Quetzal here?
Quetzal's got to do Quetzal's going to do a dex check to see if he can grab the yarn from you first. No, Quetzal. No, Tabaxi.
Oh man, he's
pushes
gonna
the hand
grab
away, and then Tabaxi then does the backhand.
I would have said it was so bad that Tabaxi didn't even notice the attempt.
Touche, Ron. Give yourself inspiration again there, Folan.
I thought you mean Quetzal.
Oh, there. Quetzal gets, but Quetzal's able to pull back away, aghast that he was so horrible at grabbing this big ball of fuchsia yarn that you spooked Shadow, and the three of y'all are staring at each other in the City of the Dead. Now, while that's taking place, what are you doing, Folan? Now that you have something before.
Following the detection one.
I sent you a message in Discord. Didn't I?
I thought for sure. I thought for sure he was going to grab something inappropriate.
Oh, I sent it. Okay, hold on. No, yeah. So yeah, Thorn, you don't know what that is. So I'm gonna, Thorn, just ignore that.
I just ignored
that message. Yes, I just deleted that message. Oh, I sent it to the wrong person. The joys of the wrong PMs to the wrong people. What's up, Eraser? Thanks for the host, man.
I mean, they know what I'm doing, so you don't have to type it out unless you want to.
Yeah, well, you're doing your thing. You can reveal it or whatever. I don't mind now. So so you discover this creature in an alley.
Okay, he's just sitting there and not.
Yeah, he's hiding. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna leave him alone for the moment because I have no idea what this thing is capable of. And I will see if I can catch up to where I saw.
Well, you will.
They were going south. I went west. So I'll go back and go south.
Yeah, well, you begin to find yourself headed toward the City of the Dead, and because you begin to then start hearing the crowds and the people and all that fun stuff, and then you can make me a perception check to see if you see your companions in the middle, all three staring at each other. Yeah, as you maybe just caught a horrific attempt by Quetzal to steal the ball of yarn, and this Tabaski's backhand went right over the lizard man's head. As they're
so I'll wander up and say, "Hey guys, I found it."
I growl at Quetzal, and then I look at Folan and say, found what?
The Nibblewright. He's over here.
I was trying to find something else, but I guess that's something we can do now.
What were you trying to find?
We'll talk about that later. Let's go deal with this Nibblewright.
Okay. So I'll lead them back to where I found him in the alley and say we should try to approach from both sides so we can't get away and see if we can we probably need to try to talk this thing and find out if possible.
Well, did I have Nim? Nim didn't talk to y'all, so they don't talk. They can.
Oh,
They
yeah,
can.
he did sign language, so
Yeah. He did a language. He did a language with the priest.
right. But he understood us.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this one will too.
Maybe we can get him to write.
Okay.
Or if nothing else, maybe we can get him to go back to the temple with us and let them. Unless they can write, that would be a good solution.
Alrighty. I need to. Oh, these are. Oh, crap. Okay. So you're going to have discovered that. Let me. All right. So y'all come back, and let me put y'all here. Except Thaniel's not with y'all. Let me remove Thaniel. And Folan, you will know that the nimble right was back here.
That's a lot of ways to cover.
But there's another side. If you look on the far side of the map, there is an opening. But yep.
Yeah, I see lots of openings. That's the problem.
Yep. What's up, locomotive? So, boom.
Actually, that one straight to the south of where he's at, that one looks like it is.
You know, you're going to know that there's only two in the. There's these pieces between the building. There's definitely that little alleyways and all, but there's only these two ways in and out of the area.
And there's the way behind where he's at.
That looks like it's just there's something, but you don't know where. I'm just going to let you know this was just a used map. This was not part of the deal. Just so you know, okay.
Okay,
but
so two ways in. And out.
One,
So
yeah,
far
yeah,
away on the other
yep.
side.
East and west, east and west, and that's it.
All right, two of us can go around, and two of us can come to this side, and that way he hopefully won't get.
Seems reasonable. Should we have a caster and a fighter on each side?
That sounds good.
All right.
But besides Quetzal, who's the other fighter?
Well, not fighter, but melee character.
So you?
Thuniel's not here though.
Right. So
Quetzal's
on one
out.
side. And, right, but who's the other melee character besides Quetzal? Is what I'm asking.
That would be me.
Yeah. The rogue.
Okay, so Linder went on one side. So when you guys go there with Linder, and the other two will come.
Just gonna stand out in the middle of it, huh?
Quetzal has no concept of stealth.
All right, let me lock the. Put yourselves in squares, and yeah, Shadow, where are you at? Boom. Get yourself in a square, young man.
I was, and he asked me to move, so I did.
Don't backtalk me. Okay, so what's the plan? The nimble right is he will tell you that it's in a cloak, and dirty cloak hiding under this pile of garbage here. Not doing anything. You'll kind of watch it for a little bit, and it does not move.
Do I have line of sight on it?
No, it's going to put it here. Under the trash. Is this a charge in? I see.
I'm walking. I'm not charging.
What about you two? You'll see them walk. Y'all see the two of your companions start walking. You got 75 feet movement on a walk?
Well, we're not in combat, are we?
Well, you're going to have to give me an idea. Well, you're not sure what's going to happen, so I need a legit movement from you if that's what you're going to do.
Your legit movement.
Your illegit movement, yeah. So you're...
Technically, I do have 35 foot movement, right? So movement and debt and...
Yep, and that I'll allow. I was just saying, I thought 75 was pushing it, dude. Linder, what about you?
Sure, I'll move up.
I know. Okay, so we're just walking down the middle of the alley?
Yep.
Okay. So
I'm also going to prepare... I'm going to prepare Cloud of Daggers and just hold on to it.
All right. Now, y'all move in. I want to see... Okay. The creature, basically, as y'all are moving in and all that, because there's other people, not a lot, but a few have walked through here or maybe come in and out. And the creature basically just... without you knowing it was there, it would be just kind of blend in and look like it's part of the trash and all that.
Yep. So we're moving.
So then what do you do as y'all move in and y'all can see it?
So I move up there and I say, "Excuse me, Mr. Nimblewright, can we have a word?" You will then see its head and all of it, begin to turn, and its eyes open up. And it made me a dex check, Folan. What you got? Acrobatics is better. No, I'm not proficient.
Okay, that's fine. Then that's fine. Okay, so he beat you. So this thing launches itself right at you, and will swing a surprise attack as it moved with lightning speed. And now you guys can give me initiatives.
And I'm back to my poor initiatives.
Holy moly.
At least you're not going last.
I guess so.
We'll bring Thanil out of this. All right. Here we go, folks. All righty. It will swing, and it is deftly agile, and it takes a rapier that it has, and it swings first time, hits, turns back around with the rapier again, whiffs. Oh man, our first derp. And then the dagger once again, and that is the boom. Owen.
I said, "Well, we only wanted to talk to you, but since you're going to be nasty," and then I circle around behind him and I shift into a brown.
Well, he's going. You would just move around.
I know he's going to follow me, but that's going to give his back to the guys coming.
Gotcha. Yep. Got it. Then you're going to. Did you say brown bear? Okay. Yeah. Alrighty.
Wow.
Yeah. Brown bear. There we go. Boom. And the brown bear is also... Okay. Anything else?
Well, yeah, I'm going to target him and attack.
Can you do that on the shift too? I didn't know you could do that. I thought you were...
I can
Well,
because the shift is a bonus.
Thank you. I forget, folks. Okay, I forget. Don't hold against me. Okay. Alrighty. Hold on a second. No. Yeah. Okay. Making sure all the things it can do. Okay, brown bear. Yeah, Linder, you see this happen before you.
Yep. I'm gonna drop that cloud of daggers so that the range is just touching the Nimblewright and not the bear.
What cloud of daggers?
I prepared it when we were walking up.
Yeah, I know. I'm messing with you. I'm trying to find the.
You heck.
I was trying to find my
It
cloud of dagger
is
spells.
A 5-foot cube. Never mind. I don't need to worry about that. I just drop it on him.
Pretty much. But I have cloud of daggers. Where is it? It's a cube. Where's my cube? That sucks. Where is... Okay, so you're gonna drop it just... Where did you say? Right behind him?
No, just right on the Nimblewright.
On top of him. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There it is.
Bam.
It's on him now. I have a
Sure is.
spell token. Okay. Anything else, or pass your turn? Because it will take damage. I think you roll on its turn, I believe. Let me see.
Okay. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
When it enters or when it starts a turn there.
That's right. Yep.
Since that was a previously prepared spell, do I get another action?
You can only do one spell per on your turn.
Well, I prepared it last round, so it's a new edition.
It's a new, yeah. Once you start the new round again, it goes away. Yep. Use it or lose it. You're gonna move.
Well, all right then. Yeah, I'm gonna move up 5 feet
Okay.
and take my rapier out.
Okay. Shadow.
I will move up right behind him. I will target him. And I will attack him with my dagger.
Yep. Oh, I need to mess that. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Fix the coding and all that later. Oh.
I miss, but I'll use a bonus action to attack with my claw.
All right, okay. Yep.
Wow, he's got a high armor class. Cause
That is a lot of AC.
Yep. Quetzal.
Wait a minute, I should have had that at advantage.
You should have when
Yep,
you rolled
sure
it.
should
But
have.
Oh well.
you know better. Shadow.
You only make us re-roll when it helps you. This is
Quetzal, you gonna roll? You gonna play? All right. All right. Quetzal moves up. You can see Quetzal because it's it's not dark. Really? Shut the dog up. Oh my god, my German Shepherd just won't. Anyway. What was that? Poison spray. Okay.
Yeah.
What? Get out of here. Spell saves.
It saved. Oh, would you like
Great.
to? Okay, I'm sorry. Here we go. Oh.
I don't know how much good poison's going to do against the machine, but it might.
You guys see that comes out of his mouth.
Yeah, it definitely comes out of my mouth.
Yeah. The way he's casting it, it comes out of his mouth. He hacks it up. Bunch of poison. All right, you're going to pass your turn because you are horrible at healing things.
I have a bonus action I can use, and I actually can do a thing with it.
We're waiting for
That is,
bated anticipation, Quetzal. We can't wait.
That is a weird paladin.
And he has a ball of light on the tip of his tail.
Wait, did you just
Not
put
yet.
Hunter's mark on the nimble?
I did.
You need to put that on you. not on the nimble right, unless you want him to do extra damage to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that Hunter's Mark? Is that what that is?
Yes, it is.
Okay, you need to change the coding on that because it's going to expand.
I'll
on
fix
the
it for
next
him.
time you roll.
Brian, I meant to go through all the coding and I didn't get a chance. The work was going on, so I will spend the next day, tomorrow night, working on that. Promise, while I'm doing other stuff. Okay.
You just modify the effect and take the roll off at the end of it. It'll probably stay on there.
And it looks like it needs to still be taken off the nimble right.
Yeah.
Yes, it should be on him, not the nimble right.
Boom. All right. It will.
Just roll the extra d6 on your next damage, I guess.
Or just add the effect to yourself. And
Yeah, you
change
drag
it.
the effect and put it on Quetzal himself. Here, it's in the effects. It's Hunter's Mark, right here. Grab it. Because I will then put it.
It has a duration of 1 minute, I think. So.
Yeah, it does. It's not. I thought Hunter's Mark was in the effects. I'll be damned if it's not. Just here, Quetzal. Where's your Hunter's Mark? Boom. All right.
All right, I'm gonna roll the Cloud of Daggers damage.
It's his turn. Yep. So,
Hey, that is some good damage right there.
Yep. And it will.
And it didn't resist yours like it did mine. That's good.
Did not like that. Well, hold on a second. Yep.
I dare you to leave that square.
Yeah, no, he's not. He is. It will swing at the bear. It will flip at. It didn't like getting spit in the face, so it will give. Oh, and his cloud of your Hunter's Mark drops because you took some damage, and then it will try to stab you, and it hits you. Brown bear.
He stayed in the same position. I'll use Skirmisher to move.
Not
behind
you,
him.
not you yet, Shadow. It's Folan.
This is my Skirmisher feature. If he ends his turn within 5 feet of me, I can move.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he didn't move at all. Yep. Oh, well, fine. Critical. All
Can't
right.
pass.
Yep. Linder.
Oh, let's see here. I will take a shot with my bow.
Just don't hit the bear.
Nope,
Don't roll a
no
one.
hitting the bear.
Don't hit
That's
a
okay.
one.
Hey, guess what? I still have inspiration. Okay. Guess who's gonna use their inspiration? Shouldn't I be rolling at advantage anyway?
You should, but you didn't.
Well, guess what?
Yeah.
Now I did.
There you go.
Wrecked. Don't appreciate your sass.
Bringing it. Bringing
All
it.
right. Moving on.
Shadow.
I will again attack with my dagger.
Okay. Hit. Yeah, that will do it. Yep.
And I will then attack with my claw. Oh, I didn't put on advantage.
Aww.
You're the worst.
I am.
Even when people recognize it right away.
I thought I was the
Because
worst
he's
at
been playing
hitting
with me
things.
long enough. Trust me, he's been around forever, so I get away with it for him. You guys, maybe I'll not give some sass, but these other two bozos, yeah, I'm giving them sass when they forget.
That's okay. We give it back to you.
Yes, you do daily, even when I'm not playing. You know.
I was about to say it's more like weekly.
Yeah, it's daily with you, buddy. You gonna spit at him again, Quetzal? Because it was so effective
No.
last time.
No, sheesh. I have a thing. I'm going to hold my trident with both hands, and I'm gonna try and hit him.
He's gonna stick his metal tongue out. He's gonna stick his metal tongue out at you.
He's just
It's
gonna
not
whack
metal.
him.
My trident is made of bone. Thank you.
Yeah, yours is bone. His tongue is metal, and he's gonna stick it out at you.
Nimble rights are made of wood.
If you could laugh, he would. It's getting sassy, folks. They're gonna lynch the DM here.
I'm gonna use one of my inspirations to re-roll it.
Oh, there's a hit, finally. He actually scores a hit. And he does pretty good
And
damage.
some solid damage.
Yes, he does.
If it wasn't resisted for half damage.
Mm-hmm. So the nimble right
Whatever.
likes that sass.
Hey, guess what? It's time to roll the damage again.
Yeah, it is actually, Linder. A little metagaming there.
Metagaming?
I'm messing with you.
I'll show you metagaming.
Roll it away. Yep. Yes, you're noticing the nimble right is, coming undone, and it will take its rapier, miss, swing at the brown bear. Ooh.
Oof.
Ooh. And then stab the brown bear. And give him the bear some love. Brown bear. That's fine. Okay.
I'm going to use my inspiration to.
Okay. Yep.
Still miss.
Oof.
Okay. And Linder.
Let's see what else I've got up my sleeve. I don't think I have any other damage-based spells. So, let's just go ahead and take another shot. With advantage.
One moment. I think this is the first time I can use it on the. Yeah, I think all of y'all's rest of y'all hits have been above it, but it has the ability. It parries. It knocks the arrow away.
Okay.
So use its reaction for that.
Yeah.
Hashtag plot armor.
Shadow.
Which way is he facing?
He attacked the bear last. Yep.
So I'll move over there.
Yep.
Advantage.
Hey.
Ooh! This could do it, folks. Okay. It does.
My.
Yeah. So it explodes apart in a shower of metal and parts and, just hydraulic fluids and all the fun stuff, whatever it's made out of. And as y'all are doing that, y'all begin to notice there had been a crowd kind of listening to the battle, and it was raging on both sides. And from the main entrance over here, as y'all drop it on the ground, looking at 6 members of the City Watch will march in here, running in here with their, spears and their swords and all that, Move out of the way, move out of the way. What's going on here? And they rush up on y'all going, what's all this commotion about?
We are under the employ of the House-inspired hands. We were sent to retrieve this Nimblewright for them.
Nimblewright,
They
where?
put up a fight.
You hear me
This will
all
never
that
broke
shit
on the
back
floor.
there?
Sorry, say that again, Brian. You
I
change.
sit back from the door.
Yeah. And they look down to see the Nimblewright. Oh, is that all? Just a construct. It has no rights at all. All right, clean this mess up and get yourself back home. No more mischief. Enough of this fighting in the streets. And they will turn around
Like an
and
alley.
walk off.
I'm gonna pick up my arrows. And what part of it were we supposed to grab for the priestess? The head?
I don't think she specified. Just pick up the major pieces and we'll carry it back.
Sounds good.
And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Nice.
So y'all just pick up the pieces of it?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Y'all have the pieces.
Shall we then?
We shall.
Yes, we shall.
To the House of Inspired Hands.
Okay. Y'all will take your time and track all the way across town. If you remember. Oh, something's going on outside. And y'all
She
were...
promises 500 gold for this.
Yeah, so y'all got a ways to track because you are basically, it was about halfway. I told Brian, he kind of found it somewhere, between y'all and here. And actually y'all were coming down the way, and then, so y'all got to make your way all the way across somewhere over here. I'm not sure it's in this particular area, but you do. And you will, make your way to the House of the Iron Hand, and you will you remember to ask for Valletta.
Yes.
And she will come up to you and begin to see. I'll show her the pieces of, and she will motion, put away. She will say, cover it up, come with me, and she will take you off to a side room, and say, please come here, show me, what is this? Is this the creature? Are we sure?
I'm pretty sure it attacked us on sight.
Oh, and you drop it on
As
the
you can
ground.
probably see from the blood that's covering me.
Oh, so sorry. Not really. And you drop it onto a table and all that. When you do, you will notice that a piece of paper, folded up piece of paper, falls out from, kind of was stuck in between one of its joints or something like that,
Pick it up and look at it.
You will see that it is a map, and the map has an X on it. And what that X says, we will discover next week. Yay! Oh, I was wondering how I was going to get there. Nicely done, guys. Yes, we will hold for our cliffhanger for What's Up 20 Sides. We're just finishing up our session for the night. Several raids, several hosts, some new viewers. We have a cliffhanger. This ended perfectly. So yes, the Nimblewright, she will pay you. What'd you say? Quest.
500 gold, I think.
I'm looking real quick. Yes, 500 gold to destroy it.
And a special item.
Yeah, actually, you're going to get. That's actually. Thank you. I was just looking at it. So she says for that she will offer you one each of the following inventions that they have currently made that are hot off the press, and we will find out next week what they are too, along with where X marks the spot, because actually it does this time on the map. All right, gentlemen, good job. A little role playing there, a lot of fun stuff, weird happenings, weird stuff that they kind of ran into, and they got to have a little combat finally because they like their combat. Well, that will be it for the night. We will be back. Unfortunately, like I said, ETU, East Texas University, is really is off for a while as our Dean Dersham recovers from a heart attack. No joke. Thursday night, we will be having what we figured should be our final show for the Thursday night group. Their 3 years is coming to an end with a demon battle royale, and they are each part of the deal. They're each playing a demon, and they're going to have a WWE battle royale inside the Underdark, and still figure out as their players what the hell they're doing to try to win and finish the module out of the Abyss. And then Friday night, we'll be back for Lost Mines of Phandelver, and I just got a message. I think we just lost a player. Damn it. Hate when I lose players in the middle of a game. All right, gentlemen, good job. We're going to hold there. I will promise tomorrow night I will go through the character sheets and make sure and look at all the coding, make sure everything's good, and set up for y'all that haven't done. Anybody's got any questions, let me know, but and we'll let Candace know. Hopefully she'll be back next week. I want to thank everybody for coming through the channel tonight and putting up with shenanigans and the fun, and we'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks all.